Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. It is 9:30 on November 3rd, 2024. Enjoying some nice cool weather today, this weekend. And we did have some jet junk coming in later in the day. We also had some scattered jet junk yesterday. But both days turned out to be fairly sunny and good weather to get outside. I was in Bethpage State Park yesterday where there was some color, not too much from the Oaks, but I'll tell you, when I was in Connecticut today, boy, what a Connecticut, really. Just lots of color, beautiful on the northeast side. I have a video for you, which will be up later. And then we've got a nice starlit sky tonight. Not too many clouds. I don't see too many clouds when I took this picture. Nice, clear, cold night with light winds. Very pleasant out there. So we'll go over the weather right now. And obviously, with ideal radiational cooling conditions tonight, West Hampton is down to 27, and I wouldn't even rule out the possibility of teens in the Pine Barrens tonight, because the radiational conditions, cooling conditions are so cool. We're already in the mid-30s most of the place. Islip 36. Farmingdale still 41, but I'm telling you, it's dropping into the 30s. Even in some parts of Nassau County, and a lot of areas will go below freezing. That's why we got this frost advisory. I think a lot of areas are going to go well below freezing, and 28 at East Hampton as well. So pretty chilly out there. Let's see how it is in New Jersey, because they're probably experiencing a similar kind of thing with radiational cooling there too. 28 degrees in the Pine Barrens west of Toms River as well. And that's probably the current low temperature. We're going to go look at West Hampton. And you'll see here, yeah, it's probably the current low. So temperatures reached the low 50s today. You'll notice the really low dew points in the 20s with a light north to northeast wind. It was a little bit north-northwest today, but fairly northerly wind. And then did we get any radiational cooling in the morning at West Hampton? We did not, because of that north wind. So the low temperature is actually the current temperature. In the morning, it dropped into the upper 30s over there. But you can see how the dew points dropped. And yesterday was a pretty decent day, too. A little bit warmer yesterday. We got up to low 60s. We're still dealing with the transitional. It took a while for that really cool air to bleed in, but it is over us. But unfortunately, it is not going to be sticking around. So looking at the highs for today, yeah, 50 in the mid 50s generally speaking. Upper 50s in mid to you can see upper 50s in Jersey. Mid to upper 50s generally. But the lows, the current temperatures obviously are the lows. No surprise there. And like I said, I think that we're going to see the possibility of teens, if not lows around 20 in the Pine Barrens. A lot of other areas are probably going to have lows getting down to freezing. Of course, the city is still 50 degrees. Central Park, even Central Park's down to 49. So, but they're not going to see the kind of radiational cooling that we're seeing, obviously. Let's go to our statistics for today. Islip, and the high was 53, the low 37. 5 degrees below normal for the day. We'll look at yesterday. So for Saturday, we had a high of 61 and a low of 42. Actually, yesterday was 2 degrees above normal. So today, we were below normal. But we're going to be being above normal now for a while, unfortunately. So hope you got a chance to enjoy this nice little cool shot of air. Because unfortunately it is not going to last. If we look at the weather map, you'll see that high pressure starting to retreat, starting to become an Atlantic ridge, which means we're going to be pumping in the warm air. You can see, severe weather and flooding in the southern part of the Midwest. Even though we're dealing with, even though we're in November, which is, pretty crazy. You're looking at this weather map here. And if we look at the QPF here, you'll see, let's go to days 1 through 7, and you can still see, the rain is mainly in the middle of the country, and we're not seeing too much in the way of rain. And we'll go ahead and look at the longer range later on. But if we pull out of this map, you'll see here that we do have a tornado watch that's in effect for, it looks like, parts of Oklahoma again. Look, they got nailed yesterday, too. And severe thunderstorm warnings and flash flood warnings. So they're getting a lot of severe weather in that area. In the mountains, you're getting you're getting some winter weather in the Rockies, and then here I see an air quality. It's a dense fog advisory. You can see the warmth. That's why we're seeing the severe weather. So that's some of that warmth that we're going to be getting into. Let's look at the radar so we can show you this line of showers. And it's been very active in this area. Oklahoma City, they got Joplin, Missouri, this whole area getting a lot of rain, severe weather. They had some tornadoes last night. We pull this out. Let's see if they talk about it. I know they had some tornadoes around Oklahoma. Again, tornadoes in November is pretty unusual, for sure. So the other thing that we're watching are the tropics. So we have a tropical depression, potential tropical depression 18, another system over here. And then you also have Patty, subtropical storm Patty, which is going to be hitting Spain. And if you haven't known, well, it looks like it's going to be hitting Portugal. But if you didn't, you're part of Spain. But if you hadn't known, there was a lot of flooding in Spain. They had record flooding. So really, that's going to bring more rain for them. But let's look at 18 because this is the one that could threaten the United States here. And if we look at the warning cone here, you'll see they have it going to the Gulf. They have it becoming a hurricane, crossing western Cuba, and then entering the Gulf. And they have it as a tropical storm, but it could very well be a hurricane. This is something that we're going to look at in the models, obviously. But we are a ways out with that at this point. You can see, looking at this Storm Prediction Center map, you can see that area where we got that enhanced risk for severe weather in Oklahoma. Again, crazy. They were seeing severe weather and tornadoes. You see, there was one tornado here already here, so which is crazy. And I know yesterday they had some tornadoes too in Oklahoma City. Well, actually, I think it was this morning. So they are reporting one tornado, but I thought there might have been more. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty crazy. It really is. And again, there's that radar. But again, we're not going to see any of that. Not any of that. Let's take the satellite out to the CONUS so we get a broader view of what we got going on across the country here. See, there's that low, and you can see the high over us. This is where all the rain and severe weather is. And yeah, you can see that's going straight north. So we got a big ridge. You can see the ridge developing already here. You can see the ridge. So that means we're not going to be seeing much, if any, rain from that frontal system whenever it gets here, unfortunately. So let's go and look at the models here, and we'll start with the upper air, as usual, looking at the jet stream. I guess we'll go look at the jet stream first. And you can see, yeah, you can see that trough that's digging down in the Rockies there, and then ahead of it, you got that the severe weather, and then the ridge. This is the GFS, the 18Z GFS run. And you'll see here that, yeah, you can see where that trough stays, and again, really unusual. You can see a couple of tropical systems here, and then more ridging in the east, and just really weird looking troughs, generally speaking, on this. I don't usually show I do show the jet stream, but let's go to the more easier to understand map here, the upper air here, so the 500. And you'll get a chance to see what has been going on. So big ridge is going to build in the east this week. That's going to bring in the heat. And you can see, again, there's a trough. The troughing stays in the Midwest to the Southwest. And then, again, we're still see a big trough there. And there's just nothing really. There's nothing to really. Maybe as we get toward the middle of the month, maybe we'll have some rain chances. You could also see the reflections of some tropical systems here. There's that one. Looks pretty small on that. But we'll look at the surface as well. Let's see if it looks any different with the 12Z run of the GFS. I don't think so, but we will go ahead and look and see. Yeah, it does look a little different as you get toward the middle of the month. But as we get toward the middle of the month, it might bring some rain chances. Let's go ahead and look at the European one now. 12Z European. There's that huge ridge, off-the-wall ridge. And I mean, this just screams dry. We're looking at this. It just screams dry. Let's look at the surface. And I will take this down a little bit to the CONUS view here. I mean, this just screams dry. So there's that high. And you can see that gets into the Atlantic Ridge position. So we're going to have warm weather. There's the tropical system. The Euro keeps it pretty weak. You notice another high builds in toward the end of the week. A strong high for the weekend. And then maybe as we get toward Monday on the 11th, we might have a small rain chance. But again, the Euro doesn't look all that impressive on that. It does not at all look very impressive. If we were to look at the total accumulated precipitation for the European, you could see it's barely anything for us. So the Euro continues this until at least the middle of the month, at least on November 13th. That's as far as it goes. Let's go look at the GFS. And I'll change this to this look to show the snow that's occurring up in the Rockies. We're not going to see any of that. So, again, big ridge in the east. There's that tropical system. All right, so it looks like it goes right. It looks like it brushes the Florida Panhandle. We got a big ridge building down. That's going to suppress that. It looks like it's got another tropical system. And then this is the 18Z run. Brings us some rain perhaps Sunday night into Monday. That's what the 18Z run is doing. However, I don't know if the 12Z run has it. So here's the 12Z run. You notice the 12Z run also has it. So GFS trying to bring in some rain perhaps Sunday into Monday perhaps. That's our real next chance of rain at this point. So we still got to go a whole nother week for the chance of rain. And we all know what happens as we get closer to it. It could wind up again evaporating. We've seen this time and time again. The Euro is not even showing that much of it. Right. So as this high moves offshore, it would allow this frontal system to bring some rain Sunday night into Monday of next week. But that remains to be seen. We're going a little further now. After that, it looks kind of dry again. This is the 18Z run. It looks kind of dry. Let's see if the 12Z run shows any differences in it. Really, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. It shows the same old thing. So we have this one chance for rain on Monday. It's Sunday night into Monday. And if we don't get rain then we're going to have another period of dry weather again. So, and it won't be all that much rain either. You can see it looks like fairly light rain on the map here. So let's go to the temperature anomaly because it's going to be hot. It's going to be very warm, off the wall warmth. Tomorrow we start getting a little bit above normal, and then that really above normal air starts getting to us Tuesday, Wednesday. We got the hot pink over us. It's going to be well above normal. Again, chances for 80 degrees again. Still above normal Thursday. And it doesn't really drop much even on the weekend behind that front. The air mass isn't going to be that cool. We're still above normal. Sunday, still above normal. Monday, above normal. Tuesday, above normal. And then it just continues here. Right into the end of the period here. We're going to go from like one of the warmest. That's the 12Z. So I'll show you the 18Z run. See if it looks any better, and it really doesn't. We'll go ahead and look at the European as well. So this is really almost unheard of warmth that we're seeing. This is absolutely insane. So here's that below normal. That yields way to the above normal. And the Euro and the GFS pretty much agree on, well above normal for the East. And this warmth, we'll switch this to the North American. It's much of the continent. It's not just the United States, but in Canada too. We're seeing well above normal conditions here. GFS, same thing here. Not seeing much below normal at all for much of the whole North American continent, which again is really disturbing. Really disturbing. We tend to see this when we have La Nina, that it's a warm and dry pattern. That's exactly what we're seeing. You can see how warm it is even well up into Canada. If we look at the temperatures, actual air temperatures here, you can see not even that cold. Even well up into Canada, we're seeing temperatures well above freezing, which shouldn't be like that as you get into November. Really disturbing to see this. This is really disturbing to see such really ridiculously high warmth. Not at all surprising when we go and we look at the ice situation, which, I'll look at it again. Um, let's do that again. Where is it? Here. Let's look at it again. See ice today. Let's see if they've got a new update on it. They don't. But it seems like there's a yellow. What's the yellow for? I don't know. Um, median ice edge missing. So there is some missing data. Um, you can see, yeah, we're at the bottom here. We are at the bottom. So again, the data is missing again. It's kind of suspicious if you ask me. But either way, this means the temperatures are going to be very, very warm and across much of the lower 48. So let's go and look at the HRRR model now. Let's do that. Let's change this to the precip. Why even bother looking at the precip? We're not going to be getting any. Let's go look at the HRRR. Dew points and wind flow. So you see how the winds change. We go to an easterly wind by the morning, then it becomes southeasterly. So at least we have the southerly wind off the ocean, so it shouldn't heat up too much. But then on Tuesday, we go to more of a southwesterly flow, and that's going to bring in the warmth. If you want to be cooler, then you're going to want to be on the south shore. Looking at the temperatures tonight, again, we're going to drop down probably below freezing in most locations, or close to it tomorrow. Rebound, not a huge rebound on Long Island. There'll be a lot of clouds around probably. You can see, you're looking at this. There's going to be a lot of clouds. Temperatures will probably go to the upper 50s to around 60. Jersey, maybe you get a little more sun, you'll go into the mid 60s. Tomorrow night, it won't drop off as much probably. And then here we go. Tuesday, we're going to be well into the mid to upper 60s, probably 70s in New Jersey probably. And then it's just going to get even warmer from there. Let's go look at the GFS now. And again, I'll show you the dew points and wind flow as we go along here. So southwest wind, you can see that southwest wind. Tuesday may actually wind up being warmer than the model is showing. And then Wednesday, look at that west-southwest wind. Sea breeze very limited. It could be pretty warm. And then this front comes through, this weak cold front, wind shift to the northwest. Kind of sits a little bit to the south a little bit here. Here we are on Friday, kind of sitting to the south of us, this front. Is there any difference between this and the 12Z? Let's see. Not really, not a huge difference. And you'll see that we have that front sitting to the south, but we are and we'll have a very light westerly, so a very weak push of cool air, so it won't be. Another stronger push comes down on Saturday. We have a stronger north wind. That will drop the wind. This will probably drop the temperatures a little. It looks like it's mainly just dropping the dew points. And, of course, we've got to worry about wildfire danger. Remember, no rain. And then after that, the winds kind of back off to the southeast again. We get a little bit. This would be our chance for rain. See a little bit of humidity coming in Sunday night into Monday. If we don't get it then we're back into a west flow here, northwest flow here, and northwest flow, and possibly some chances for wind as well in there as well, which, of course, means we'll have more red flag warnings in our future. Here we are looking at the GFS model, and you can see temperatures really crank up on Wednesday. I think a lot of places will probably hit 80 degrees, if not more. And then it'll be somewhat cooler on Thursday. Temperatures dropping in the mid to upper 60s, still above normal. Mid 60s for Friday. The weekend, Saturday, this will probably be our only day that'll probably be maybe close to normal. Highs in the upper 50s, but still probably a little bit above normal. And then, Sunday, we'll have the clouds from the rain, if we get the rain, and that could be a cool day because of that. And then Monday, here we go. Tuesday, still dealing with above normal temperatures. Here we are again. So we're still going to be dealing with these above normal temperatures, though I don't see any 80s. And then again, that could creep back into the picture. I would not be surprised if it does. You can always look at some of these other models and see, like the European. How the European gets us, and European does drop it, at least for the weekend. But it does heat it back up again. So, temperatures are going to be above normal. We're going to look at the long range in a moment, but you see what we're getting at here. And as far as the rain chances go, the next rain chance isn't until Monday. It's Sunday night into Monday, so we got a ways to go. I'm not even going to show that because it's just unfortunately, he says again, the European, you could see it just evaporates. This is the front, it just evaporates. We have to wait until Sunday night and the Monday. And look, it's not really a lot of rain here. Not really showing a lot of rain. This could wind up drying up too. This is the European. So that's what I'm saying. This is a possibility that, like I said, if we don't get rain then we're going to be in even worse trouble. This is getting downright scary. So let's talk clouds. We'll look at the GFS first, which is lower resolution, which just gives you an idea that we're not going to have the nice skies that we had over the weekend this week. Monday, a lot of clouds around, just the cloud cirrus jet chunk. Wednesday, maybe a little more sunshine, but I still think there'll be jet chunk. And then this front tries to move through, but it gets a little hung up to the south, so we may be playing with some cirrus and jet chunk. And then maybe Saturday, well, it's still showing a lot of jet chunk for Saturday, but we'll have to see. This is our cirrus. That's a ways away. Honestly, a lot can change between now and then, and I don't trust the cloud forecast on this GFS is very low resolution. RGEM, I think, is a little bit better. So you can see tomorrow we'll have sunshine, but there's going to be a lot of high clouds around, jet chunk in the sky, and then thicker clouds come in overnight. This is the RGEM. And then Tuesday, you can see clouds give way to sun for your election day. And then Wednesday, you can see, all right, it's got some sunshine around, maybe a little hole in the cirrus. That's as far as we got on the RGEM as far as the skies go. I'm just curious if the RGEM is generating any I'm trying to find any model at all that could generate precipitation. So the RGEM is saying we may have a little light rain Tuesday morning. Yeah, it looked like there might be. It looked like those were thicker clouds. That's the RGEM. But let's see if the NAM has it. All right, the NAM has a little something. Even the NAM is showing something. Interesting. I don't know if that's really going to happen. This is maybe convective feedback. I just don't see it yet. It's got these little blotches that I don't know why. It's the NAM 3 does that. If you look at the NAM 12, yeah, it doesn't really have anything. So that's just an issue with the NAM, I think. I'm trying to find any kind of rain here at all, and it's just, I mean, go to the HDRPS. I'm looking at any chance for rain that we have, and there's just nothing. We continue into this week dry, and this is the worst it's ever been with the dryness. It's really unbelievable. It truly, truly is. So let's go to the Climate Prediction Center. 6 to 10 day outlook. And you see here, yeah, excellent chances of very much above normal weather in the east, below normal in the west. You'll notice they've got us in a light shading of above normal precipitation in the 6 to 10 day outlook. They're trying to be hopeful that maybe we'll see some rain. But I don't know. There were a couple of runs that were optimistic, but let's go to the 8 to 14 day. And still above normal in the east. And you can see the main part of the above normal is really in the middle of the country. We're just in a light part of it. So really, I mean, this drought is just unbelievable. So we're going to the drought monitor again. Let's do that. And I mean, it's just unbelievable. So as I've said before in the last one, we are now in a moderate drought here on Long Island. And then the southern part of New Jersey is in a severe drought. And there's also wildfire outlooks, too, as well. And I think if we go to SPC, I think they do some wildfire outlooks. Let's see, fire. Yeah, here we go. All right, so let's see. They don't have any... Yeah, they don't have anything for us, but honestly, there's a very high fire danger. I mean, there's no rain, everything's tinder dry. It's not going to take much to have more wildfires develop, And if we go to New Jersey New Jersey Forest Fire Service, they have a map. So they're at stage 3. And you can see the current fire danger, extreme. So they have it under extreme fire danger for New Jersey. And if we go to pbstateny.us, we have a high fire danger rating here on Long Island. I'm surprised that it's not worse, but this is what we have. So I'm very concerned about this. Continues to be a concern until we get some substantial rain. And right now, I mean, there's just no substantial rain in the forecast. And we have a chance of rain on Sunday night into Monday. That's our next chance. That's a week away. And honestly, as we've seen many, many times before, it could just wind up drying up, and we're not going to see anything. This is what we've been dealing with. So this is a historic drought, and it's really getting scary out there. We may wind up being in the same boat as California as far as wildfires, water restrictions, and the thing that really scares me the most is something called a public safety PSPS. Public safety power shutoffs. And I'm worried that we're going to have windstorms, dry windstorms, and we may have public safety power shutoffs where they actually turn the power off to avoid wildfires. This is what they do out west. And I'm really worried we're going to have that. I hope it doesn't come to that here. I really hope it doesn't. But they've been doing that out west a little bit because this is all stuff that we've got to worry about. This is not. Meanwhile, plenty of rain here. I mean, the rain just keeps falling in the same areas, but the weather's stuck because, again, we have the Arctic amplification and all these things going on. It's not that cold up north. I mean, I'll go to Ventusky and I'll show you. I mean, we're going to go up north here. I mean, even up into, I'll just go we'll pick a daytime temperature here, 2 o'clock here. And you'll see, all right, we got 20s. You got to go way up north to get into any kind of substantial cold. And it's been like this for a while now, and it's going to get warmer, all right? So if we push this into Thursday here, you'll see temperatures above freezing you have to go way, I mean, in the Arctic, I mean, all right, it's 2 below, it's not that cold. Considering how cold it should be up there, I mean, this is all very, very disturbing. So that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather report and outlook. No weather video for the next 2 days. No weather reports. And obviously following the election and all that other stuff. Maybe Tuesday night, but probably not until Wednesday, unless we get some anomalous warmth on Tuesday. The next weather video will be on Wednesday night. So thank you for watching and have a good night.